Final Destination has one of the coolest concepts in horror history and made a lot of us have fears that we never really realized before. The films will start with a leading character having a common fear premonition ending up in a mass casualty death. A small group that has escaped fate due to being saved by this person's premonition ends up having their souls collected one by one. In this movie series, we already know who the killer is, and it's death. They all think they can cheat it, they all think they could beat it, but one by one, death will get what it wants. Is cheeky death being cruel? Giving someone a premonition, or are they being helpful? They always ask, why me? Why am I the one to get these visions? I would love for the new Final Destination Bloodlines that is coming out in May to answer some of the questions that I have. I am super pumped for the new Final Destination. It looks so good and brutal. This movie franchise has literally impacted a whole generation to be more conscious, to fear certain things, and avoid certain situations. So with that, today I am going to be ranking the whole Final Destination franchise. I could have waited for the new one, but I thought it would be fun to do before the new one comes out. And some of this might be a little bit shocking. I am basing my ranking off of comfort and if the movie is actually good or not. So coming in at number 5, dead last, is The Final Destination. This came out in 2009 and it was actually in 3D. This movie disappointed my little self watching it for the first time. I have been a huge Final Destination fan. So when this one came out, I was a little sad because it was going to be the final one. I didn't like that. A lot of people assured me that there would probably be more. Not only was I disappointed that it was going to be the last one, when I actually watched the film, I was really disappointed because it's not good. And it's not even memorable. I have to rewatch this one a lot because I forget everything, because it doesn't stick out. The only thing that sticks out is that it was a NASCAR mass casualty. Really, no kills stick out to me. There's only 2 that do. The man being killed in the pool and the mom being killed in front of her kids. The idea of NASCAR is actually really scary because not only are you dealing with a bunch of people in a stadium, bleachers kinda, you're dealing with very fast cars. However, it wasn't really executed well. The CGI effects were awful. The characters suck, honestly. And I wasn't really rooting for anyone, except for one character that I'll mention later. To my surprise, the people that wrote and directed the second Final Destination did this film. Screenplay was done by Eric Breeze and directing was by David R. Ellis. Not the same feeling as the second one, in my opinion. The dialogue tried to be funny, but it wasn't. The kills looked terrible. Terrible! As in shitty CGI, and it made the kills look too fake. And honestly, the best part of this film was the title card in the beginning. You got to see all the cool X-ray kills of the previous ones in the franchise. It gets you pumped to see this, only to let you down. Now, one thing I did notice while rewatching this for the 10th time and not remembering a damn thing was that Bubblegum Shrimp from Forrest Gump is in this, and I actually enjoyed his character. I didn't even remember he was even in this. I really liked his character because he's the only one really with character development. You actually want him to escape death. The only thing I dislike about him was the fact that he drunk drove and killed his wife and daughter, but you could tell that he's very remorseful. He has nothing to lose. He wants to be with his family. And you really get to see raw feelings from him. And his character was the only one that was humanized. I really do not have a lot of nice things to say about this one. It's not memorable. All the characters pretty much suck. Nothing stands out to me in this one. And I have to rewatch it to remember everything that goes on. So for that, The Final Destination 2009 is in my dead last. Alright, up next at number 4 is Final Destination 5. This came out in 2011. Now this one, I was excited to watch. I actually rented it on demand. If you know, you know what that is. I was so eager to watch it because my dreams came true that The Final Destination was actually not the final destination, but it kind of was. I'll explain. The bridge concept to me was terrifying. It was thrilling to me because not only are you dealing with heights, you're dealing with falling to your death. Some of the people have to run off the bridge when the bridge is collapsing. Some people might have been stuck in their car. And the woman from Frozen is in this. Not Disney Frozen, but a survival thriller movie called Frozen that actually might have came out the same year or in 2010, and I highly recommend watching that film. This one is a step up from The Final Destination. Characters are way better. The kills are more impressionable. I wanted to see where the story was going to go, since the last one was supposed to be the final one. It was very suspenseful with a hint of comedic takes. The acting wasn't too bad in this. It was way better than the last one. I also thought it was funny that in this one, the group of people worked for a paper company and the guy from The Office was in this. And if you've watched The Office, Dunder Mifflin is a paper company, so I thought that was funny. The premonition scene was a little bit silly, only because it wasn't really accurate. Like, why are these workers literally having holes in bridges, doing so much to this bridge and having it open? Again, I don't really live near a huge bridge, so maybe construction like that is normal, but it shouldn't be. Maybe we should, do it at night, or just close the bridge down. Silly, yes, but it still was executed well. And it's a good idea because I don't know anyone that likes driving over a huge bridge. The kills in this stand out to me. I can remember some of the kills. The impalement by a pole, a sailboat pole, bus head first into the body of water, thinking you've lived, falling into the water, only to be taken out by a falling vehicle. One of the most brutal ones, the hot tar all over your body, like I can literally feel, that one freaked me out. In the premonition, the final character's deaths were more brutal. I forget his name, but he gets a pole through his eye, and then the main character gets taken out by sheet metal, cutting him in half. Now that's pretty brutal. What I also like about the premonition opening scene is that we don't get to see the main character's ex-girlfriend, because she dumped his ass earlier. We don't get to see her death. I'm wondering, does she live? Like, what's going on with that? So I really liked how they left that open. The collapsing of the bridge was really great quality. I actually enjoyed the long shot take of the bridge fully collapsing. Great CGI compared to the last one. And with this long shot of the bridge, you can kind of feel like you're there and you're just watching death and all the destruction that it can cause. Tony Todd is in this one, giving some insight to the characters about what they should do. After the film ended, I had a lot of questions about the dialogue that happened between him and the characters and what he said to them, and I'll explain that towards the end. Now, in this one, the main character, he is a culinary chef with big dreams, and he has an opportunity to go to Paris. And the Paris thing irked me because I felt like it was overdone. Paris plays a huge part in the franchise, so with this one, I was like, oh my god, Paris again. but it would all make sense in the end. Now, one of my favorite kills in the franchise is actually one in Final Destination 5, and that is the girl in the gymnasium doing gymnastics, and she ends up looking like a pretzel. Because in this scene, the buildup is palpable. The suspense, the draw out, they made you be on the edge of your seat wondering what's gonna happen. So they absolutely killed this death. The aftermath was a little bit cartoonish, but I thought it made it stand out in a good way. I actually had a friend who, amazing gymnast. She went very far. She's very, very talented. And I remember when this movie came out and I was like, could it happen? She's like, no. I was like, okay. The Buddha head kill also stood out to me in this, where the creepy guy, he finds this ball coupon, goes to this ball, thinks he's gonna get some, but they don't play those games. Acupuncture, what, the needles all over his body. He ends up falling, fire, just disaster. The Buddha statue ends up falling on his head and takes him out. Now this scene definitely gave me the vibes from the third one. It reminded me of the tanning salon scene, so I actually enjoyed the nostalgic take on it. There was also a kill in here where a lady is getting LASIK eye thing, and that freaks me out. Anything to do with eyeballs, I'm out. Now in the scene, it gave me vibes from the second one where the boy goes to the dentist office. Similar vibes, again, felt very nostalgic for me. The ending is the best part of this film because they got me. They got me good. I was not suspecting it. Maybe I was a little bit naive, or it just flew over my head. Flight 180 heading to Paris. Then it started to click for me. Then I was like, oh, what are they doing? It's back to the original. So this one was actually a prequel, and they got me. I was shook seeing this flight scene because it was cool seeing the original characters being kicked off the flight, and you already know what's gonna happen. The signs were there, obviously giving hints to this being a prequel. After the rewatch, I actually noticed that the spa coupon was the date around the first one. Now I'm just wondering about Tony Todd's character. What all does he know? Because technically this is the prequel. Now this makes me more excited to see the new one because it's his final performance, and I want to know, is he just death in a human form? Is he the spokesperson for it? Like, what is his character? All right, coming in at number 3 is Final Destination, the first one. This came out in 2000. Now, before you come for me, yes, I put the original at 3, at third, only because I am ranking this franchise mostly on comfort and, of course, quality of the film, but mostly on comfort. The original is not bad at all. I don't hate this one. Not one bit. I love it equally to the second and the third. I think this one truly kicked off the 2000s horror genre. Definitely one of the best of that whole decade. Very nostalgic with the setting and the cast, and even the score. I think nowadays movies lack a good score. Movies nowadays, their score sucks. Now in this one, you're starting off with the plane crash, and that was the best idea because planes are terrifying, especially nowadays. And this was pre 9/11, which is just crazy. I can't imagine if this film was filmed after 9/11, if they would have even made it. Scary opening, it feels super real. In this one, the group of teenagers, they were supposed to go on a senior trip to Paris. That didn't happen. Alex saved a lot of lives that day. So you get to see the group navigate the aftermath, the grief, and now trying to survive. Sean William Scott gives this film the little bit of comedy that is needed. He is portraying a realistic teenage kid that you can tell he really enjoys life. He's funny. He's probably the class clown. The first kill after the premonition is one of my favorites in the whole franchise. 99% of the time that I'm in the bathroom, I think about this scene and what I would do in this situation. That's what I love about this franchise. It has you thinking, what would you do in order to try to survive? In this scene, it's a slow buildup. The water on the bathroom floor following him. You're seeing death make its eerie move. Death throughout this film has a bigger presence, but in this scene, you can kind of feel the rope getting tighter and tighter around his neck, around your neck. And the scene is not gruesome at all, but it doesn't need to be. And it doesn't need to be this big thing. It's subtle yet effective. This film is not rushed. The pace is slow, but in a good way. I think they did this so you can feel what they're feeling and have you try to figure out the solution. Tony Todd, what a performance in this. It's short, but it gives you the feeling of fear. Todd was the teenage boy that died in the bathroom, and the teacher dying in the way that she did, and Alex just coming home and popping an Alka-Seltzer was just funny to me. He's like, damn, this has been a shitty day. Them painting Alex as the killer in this, I think it's a great add to the film because we know as the viewer that he is not the killer. I agree with the FBI. Like, he looks a little shady. Like, this kid just has a premonition of a plane crash and it happens and then people are dying afterwards. The FBI agents actually do give off a X-Files vibe, which is ironic because apparently the original storyline was written for the X-Files show or was gonna be on X-Files, and I thought that was funny and great to hear because I was like, they do remind me of X-Files with the FBI codes. And seeing Carter pee himself after the train incident really humanizes them. It's not really noticeable until you see it, and then when you do see it, you're like, oh, these are just teenagers. Alex de-deathing the cabin was very realistic, but you know, it can't last long. Ending it in Paris gave us some hope that they survived, that they beat death. But ending the movie with Carter's demise gave this film a reason to continue on. We don't actually see Carter being hit by that sign in Paris, but it was, what a cliffhanger. Like, we know he probably died. Is Alex next? Is Claire gonna die? All right, number 2 is gonna be Final Destination 3. This came out in 2006. I rented this one from Blockbuster along with She's the Man, and what a great weekend that was. This one's probably my favorite one to just put on for comfort. The plot is still semi the same as the first 2, but this one is a standalone and not a direct sequel from the first. But it's the same writer and director from the first one. Just like the first one, the group of people that are connected by death are a group of teenagers. The cast is great, a lot of familiar faces, especially in horror, a definitely mid-2000s vibe, and they're all pretty much playing typical high school students. Now, roller coasters. Great opening. A huge fear among a lot of people. I'm actually not that scared of roller coasters, except the Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point. If you are from Ohio, if you know, you know, okay? I will not get on that ride. I can ride the Maverick and the Raptor. I can ride all of those ones. But Top Thrill, I ain't going on that thing. And the Ferris wheel is actually pretty scary to me because it's just like a slow fast. It's just, you're high and the wind's shaking ya. Not my fave. The practical effects in this one, mixed with the CGI, has some of the best kills. Excellent gore. Tony Todd is not in this one, but you can kind of hear his voice as the devil statue at the amusement park, letting us know that he's always there. The premonition is honestly iconic. Beautifully shot. Having it in the night was a good idea. And a great performance by Mary Elizabeth. Wow, she's so underrated, but she kills it in this one. And this was her first feature film. And Dustin Milligan is actually in this. He was behind her boyfriend on the roller coaster. I've seen this 1,000 times, and I didn't notice him. One of my favorite kills in the whole movie series is the tanning salon kill. The score is what really makes this scene pop. If I hear that song, I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. It is freaky. I mean, again, these girls in the tanning bed, they had it coming. They weren't following the rules. So Death was like, you girls are making it easy for me. But because of this film, I refuse to go into a tanning bed. I mean, the series has people rethinking a lot of decisions. The directing of this scene and transitioning it into their funeral was fun. They're side by side in the tanning bed, and now their coffins are side by side. Unlike the others, Claire, the girl who had the premonition, she has a digital footprint of clues to give her. She took pictures the whole night for the time that the setting took place in, the mid-2000s. I mean, every teenager had that camera. There's more deaths in this that are brutal and gory and not overdone towards the ending of the film. The whiplash of intervening of death at the fireworks show, the sister, Ian, Mary, the guy from Luck of the Irish, it was very confusing because it's like, you're in this place and you're in this place, you're next, no, you're next, I'm gonna see. It was just too much. It was a little bit fast for me and a little bit confusing, but once you rewatch it, you kind of get what they're putting down. At the ending of the movie, you think they're all safe. Life can go on. A killer catastrophe happens again, and this time it's in a subway, which is also very terrifying because you're underground, and you're on a fast-moving train, and you think you've lived, but death's coming for you. And how crazy is it that she gets 2 premonitions? We get 2 premonitions in this one. It's sad that we see a lot of characters that we do end up liking dying, but we're all gonna die in the end. Alright, coming in at number 1, Final Destination 2. This came out in 2003. Now this one traumatized a whole generation. No one, and I mean no one, who has seen this will drive behind a log truck. Still to this day, I will not listen to AC/DC in the car. Final Destination 2, in my opinion, has the one with the best deaths and more iconic ones of the movie series. The apartment one, the dentist office, the elevator, the barbed wire, and of course the pipe through the skull. These are very iconic kills, and the ones I remember the most. The pace of this movie can be fast, but it's great because it's still suspenseful, and of course it has you on the edge of your seat the whole time. And probably one of the most rewatched comfort scary movies for me. If I were to pick, like, Final Destination 3, it's more easier to watch. Number 2, it's more thrilling. A little fun story, not so fun. When this movie came out, I was very little. My mom was still alive, and she was battling cancer. She was very sick. My dad was gone a lot. He was in the military, and I was on her nerves. I'm gonna be honest. I was on her nerves, and I was just a kid. And she's like, you know what? Just watch a movie. I don't care. Just put on a movie. Put on any movie. I don't care. She needed to rest. And what movie did I put on? I put on Final Destination 2. And you know what? She's like, I don't care. She's like, I don't care. Just watch it. Leave me alone. And yeah, just a little fun little story. Now, this one is a direct sequel from the first and an improvement from the first, but not in a bad way, just in a good way. In this one, it's the first anniversary of the plane crash. Clear reappears in this one, so we can learn more about the cliffhanger from the first one. Question was, did Alex and Carter both die, or was it just Carter? But we end up finding out that Carter died by the sign and Alex ended up dying later because he got took out by a brick. I enjoyed Clear being in this because she's a badass. We all know that she is scared, and we know that of course she doesn't want to die. She wants to save the others because she knows Alex, that's probably what he would have wanted. In the opening scene, it's a car crash. Terrifying. A lot of deaths happening in this, and this one was the most memorable because I can remember how all of them die in the premonition, and in the other ones I really can't. All I know is that they just die. In this, there is a pregnant lady, and one of the rules maybe is that if you bring new life, like, you'll get a new slate with life, pretty much. Again, confusing because it's like each one is different. What are the rules? This one, there's more foreshadowing than the first. The first one, you can literally see death coming in the form that it's coming in to knock your ass out. This one, there's more hints, like the music and the eye magnet on the fridge before the guy gets his eyeballs taken out. The stoner guy, he even noticed foreshadowing, like the man with the hook in the shadow. It wasn't even the girl with the premonition who saw this, so death gave him a hint. All the characters are in a way likable. They all have different personalities. They're all brought together by this sinister being, and it's not all about the girl who had the premonition. And there's more characters to root for in this. The plot twist was good. You think that when the baby's being born, that it would solve them all not dying, giving death's wishes a clean slate. However, they figure out that the pregnant woman was not even supposed to die in the crash. And after Kimberly, the leading girl who had the premonition, when she realizes this, Clear and Eugene end up dying. And Eugene was a very likable character in this. We really see him transform in this. Kimberly had a lot of visions about drowning in water. And after Clear dies, she realizes that maybe if my heart stops beating, I could save others. So she ends up drowning. They bring her back to life, so technically she was dead, and now she's alive. Now they all get to live happily ever after, her and Thomas, I think that was his name. You see her new boyfriend, Thomas, and her dad at a picnic with the people at the farm where one of the other car accidents happened. But nope, literally death shows back up on a silver plate, giving us an epic ending with a sad but iconic soul collection. And that is my ranking of all the Final Destinations, going from 5 to 1. And again, you guys, this was just something fun to do, just which ones I prefer to watch. Again, I enjoy 1, 2, and 3 the most. 4 and 5, not my favorite. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite one to just put on and enjoy? I am so excited for the new Final Destination Bloodlines that will be in theaters on May 26th of this year. I did a trailer reaction at my previous videos, so just go back and watch it if you want to see the trailer. Alright, you guys, that is going to be it from me today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment what Final Destination is your favorite, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Please stay safe out there, don't drive behind log trucks, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.